All right, we are recording. Welcome, you guys. I'm so excited to have you here to our July Sip and Learn, basically our coach sneak peek, where you can learn a little bit more about what we do as coaches. You can hear from myself and four of my other teammates who will also be speaking, who are some of my closest friends as well. And just know there is a reason why you're here. You might have come on being like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Just know there's a reason why you're here. And whether the person invited you, the coach that's on this call, or maybe you reached out to your coach and said, you know what, I want to learn more. That is being brave. And so pat yourself on the back for that, for just hopping on and taking time out of your busy evening and joining us tonight. So I'm going to start us off. And just to kind of give you guys a little bit of background on me, I am recently a mom of four. I have three boys, 6.5, almost 7 next month, 6 years old, and then a 2-year-old boy. And then I have my daughter who's only almost 3 months old. So life is crazy. Life is busy. You can probably hear her. She's just over here hanging out. And I live in San Diego, California, more North County and Encinitas. And I've been a coach for roughly 5 years, a little bit over that. And that sounds so crazy because it feels like I was just a new coach, not knowing what the heck I was doing. I signed up strictly for the discount. Basically, I fell in love with a program, and I was postpartum. I had 2 boys at the time. I had a newborn and also a 19-month-old. So life was crazy. And I fell in love with it. I decided, you know what? I'm going to start sharing this with other people or just some friends and family. I didn't think of myself as really coaching because I didn't see myself posting on social media and being that person. But at the same time, I got results. I felt amazing. And I just decided, what do I have to lose? So I started small, meaning, you guys, I signed up for the discount. Like I said, I wanted to get the discount on Shakeology and a few of the other products that I fell in love with. And I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with helping others. And then shortly after, I was probably about 3 months postpartum, and I was going back to my full-time job, and it was in pharmaceutical sales. And from the outside, it looked like I had just everything together. It looked like I was this happy mom, working mom, had it all together. And deep down, I was struggling. And I remember telling my husband, Nick, probably a month into going back to work, was, is this it? Is this really what I'm going to be doing? And it's not that I didn't want to work. I loved working. I still love working. I just think that I was climbing the wrong ladder. And what I mean by that was I was leaving my kids, my 2 sons, with a nanny who actually is now a coach on our team, who I absolutely love. And that made a world's difference. It's having someone who I absolutely love and feel confident in and trust. But it wasn't even that. It was the fact that I was leaving them doing something that I didn't love. I was calling on doctors, I was calling on offices, I was traveling, I was driving a lot, and I felt like I was missing these small milestones with my kids and for doing something that I truly didn't love. Like, I didn't want to put my whole self into this job. And I had already been doing it for roughly, I don't know, 8-ish years, 7 years. And so at that time, it was kind of, I had this shift. I was probably about 4 months into coaching, and I was doing it as a hobby. I was just sharing it with some friends, posting a little bit here and there. I didn't really go all in. And I had this light bulb moment go off when I started seeing some of my mentors who are above us, part of our team, who were leaving their job as a lawyer, who were being these moms who, one was a hairstylist and was earning over 6 figures, just sharing her love for health and fitness and getting out of her own way, her comfort zone, and just inviting other people. And I thought, why can't I do that? Like, I love what I'm doing. You know, the program that I was doing, I love Beachbody. I kind of hated the term Beachbody, to be honest, like Beachbody coach, because I just think we're so much more than that. I think we're health and wellness. We are, the whole package with our minds, our bodies, nutrition. And, but you know what? I decided I'm going to partner with this company because what do I have to lose? If this is the vehicle that can help me maybe eventually leave my job one day. And honestly, you guys, my vision was this. I want to be able to leave my corporate job within a couple years when I started and be able to walk my sons, and now 3 sons and a daughter, to school. Our school that they go to is up the street, elementary school. And my vision was to be able to walk them to their school. And it sounds so simple, right? But that was what I wanted. I didn't want to have this panic rush of, granted, it's still crazy in the mornings getting them off to school, but I wanted to be able to walk them, take them there, and not rush back to the grind and doing something that I didn't love. And that was truly what stuck in my mind this whole time. And 2 years ago, I was able to leave my corporate job because of going all in with coaching. And success didn't come overnight. I didn't make six figures, within a year. No, that's not going to happen for anyone, most likely. But it's the little things that I did throughout the last 5 years that have been able to give me a life of choice, meaning I can get the choice to hire a nanny and to get some help, and to do something that I truly love to do and wake up to doing every single day. And so that's kind of my story and how I got started. And I think one thing too, you guys, what I want to share with you is kind of just what we do as coaches. Because I think from the outside, you might be like, what do? You just post on social media and you invite others. What does this all entail? And so to be honest with you, what we do is so simple and so fun. Sometimes I think that we can overcomplicate it, just how we can overcomplicate our fitness. If you only show up a couple days a week in your fitness and you do the same thing with your business, guess what? You're not going to get the results. But if you're consistent and you're showing up almost daily and you're putting in the work and the time, you're going to get results. And so I always look at my fitness journey similar to my business journey. We are products of the product. So that's what's so fun about being a coach. For those of you who either done a program of ours or maybe you never have, is that we usually stick to one program at a time, even though a lot of us are runners or a lot of us like to do other things. We have marathon runners, we have triathletes on here. And so personally, I like to stick to one program while incorporating running, but that's the beauty of what we do. We just follow a program and we become product of the product. And that's probably the easiest thing in my opinion. But no, we are not the experts. Beachbody, the nutritionists, they are the experts. We just follow along the guides that they give us. And then I look at myself as this big cheerleader. I cheer on my teammates. I cheer on my challengers that come into my groups, and I have fun. I'm in it with them just as much as they're in it with me, as even though I have the title of a coach. I never look like, or I never want it to seem like I have to be perfect with my nutrition. I love having a glass of wine. I love pizza. I love donuts. I incorporate all that into my diet. And so what else do? We lead virtual boot camps. Maybe you've been in some of our boot camps. Some of them are on the app. Some of them may be on Facebook. But either way, you guys, you're never alone in this. And that's what I love. You always have an accountability group. You always have people that are cheering you on, whether it's your coach or other women that you meet along the way in these groups. And then the other thing that we do is we simply share with others why we love this. We share on social media, but we also share with friends and family. We talk about it. It doesn't have to be solely social media at first. I know that can be scary for some, and Jessica, who is going to be after me, is going to talk more into that. But it's about building relationships, and it's just about talking to people. And a lot of times people are going to ask you what you're doing anyway, if you're showing up and sharing your journey, sharing your results, because they are going to be like, I need to do what you're doing, especially right now during this time. And you guys, we have all the tools to help you with that. You will never be doing virtual groups, running your own groups alone, unless you wanted to take on that responsibility. You will be doing it with your coach. But the biggest thing, you guys, is that you will be growing as a person, not just physically, but also mentally. And that is one thing that I've never done, was really work on personal development, not like self-help, but, just learning how to become like a stronger person, and mentally, not just physically. And that's just another thing that we do as coaches. So going off of social media, I'm going to introduce you guys to Jessica. She's been a coach for just over a year and a half, and she's one of our newer coaches, and she's going to talk to you guys about social media.
All right, I'm on. Hi, Kel. Hi, everyone. So my name is Jessica, and like Kelly said, I'm the least senior coach speaking today. My coaching journey started last January, so it has been about a year and a half. And I am a mom of two. I have Charlie, who's 4, and Reese, who's 2, and I am expecting our third. So if I look like I'm going to vomit, it's because I might. So bear with me, because I am struggling right now. I'm ending the end of my first trimester, and I'm on the struggle bus. But I'm excited to be here and share a little bit about my story. I got into Beachbody. I became a coach for the programs. So we all have different stories and reasons why we became a coach, but mine was the program. So I was 9 months postpartum with my second daughter. And that is when I started my journey, my Beachbody journey. It took me months to even sign up to just be a challenger. And it was simply because I had 2 little kids at home. My other one was just over 2. And I couldn't get to the gym. I used to try and run. It's crazy, right? The double stroller and the whole thing. So I tried this at-home workout and I fell in love. So from August, when I started, did my first program until December, I was completely changed. I squeezed it in at different times of the day and just got it done. And I felt completely changed from the inside out, seriously. And I am also, another part of me, I am a fire wife. So my husband has been a firefighter since we got married 8 years ago. And for those of you that know or don't know, they are gone a lot. His schedule is at least gone for 24 hours, which really turns into like 32 hours with the commute and all that stuff. He may come home, he may not. It may turn into 4 days gone. You never really know. So having the 2 little kids, like I really have no consistent schedule. And this gave me that. So when the opportunity was presented to me to become a coach, I was like, heck no. I love the programs. Maybe I'll tell some friends about it, but I saw Kelly on social media and I didn't do social media. I did not have a Facebook. I canceled it when I graduated college back in 2007. I had an Instagram, but I did not use it. Well, I didn't use it for like good reasons, right? I'd use it to watch people. I would never like or comment or say anything. And if I posted something, it was maybe a picture of my kids sometimes. Like I hated it. The lens that I viewed social media through was a bad one. I saw it as a place that people use to compare themselves to each other. I was looking at the wrong areas. So when I decided to become a coach, it was a real big leap of faith, right? And I said to Kelly, I'm like, I literally have no idea how to use any of this. So how does this work? And I'll tell you, for all us new coaches, there is so much support and so much training when it comes to the world of social media. And that's, the technicalities of it. We have endless trainings for you to learn how to use it. But mainly being a part of this team, it's understanding social media and viewing it through the lens of this team, Fit and Balanced Tribe, and being a virtual health and fitness coach. When I became a part of this community and dove into the trainings and plugged into the team calls, it was such a change in my perspective of what social media can do. I was using it for good. So I was you learn and you'll learn, we don't sell anything. You just authentically share your journey, right? Of what it is that we do, excuse me, every single day and how it works for us. I'm not trying to sell anything to anyone. I'm just showing people what it is that I do that has worked for me even before I became a coach, and how it got me in shape and how it allows me to be a better mom to 2 girls who drive me crazy half the time. And yet I still have something for myself. And that's basically what I share with the world. And learning, the ins and outs of how to do that is one thing. And we have all the training in the world for that. But it was being a part of this community and learning that social media can be used for good. You can connect with other women that are like you, that you will help. And I'm not just saying sign up as a challenger to use Beachbody and become a part of our community. I'm saying just people that I've connected with on different parts of my life, just because I have authentically shared it and put myself out there. I'm a part of a positive community now. And that's like completely changed from what I thought, a year and a half ago before diving into this. So for those of you considering this and that have that fear of social media, rest assured that once you learn what it is that we do and how we do it, and you're plugged into our trainings, that is endless and ongoing, because social media changes also. It really is a positive outlook. It's a fun thing to be a part of, and it's a big part of my day in the sense that I have a community with me all the time virtually, which is kind of crazy. I'm not on my phone all day, but I have these women that I've connected with and legitimate friends, whether they're part of my team or not, that I have made through this online tool. And that is only made possible because I became a Beachbody coach. So grateful I got out of my own way and put myself out there, because it's been nothing but good since. So that is my spiel. I meant to time myself. I have no idea how long I went, but I forgot. So Kim, am I throwing it to you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Made me smile so much. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Kim, and I've been a coach, gosh, like 3.5 years. And I know a lot of you, because I've seen who's on the call, see me online and know me as a coach or a friend. And I really just want to take you guys back. I want to paint you a picture of the Kim that was back in 2016, who put on a very happy face for everybody else. I was someone who always loved health and fitness. I joined all the fancy gyms. I loved the fancy classes. It was really important to me to be active. I maintained that through my pregnancies, and I had my second child, and my world kind of fell apart. And I didn't share it as much at the time because I was going through it, but I was like struggling hard, and not many people knew it. My husband is in law enforcement. He was working night shift, so he'd leave at 7 p.m., come home in the morning, go to bed, and I would just kind of do this whole thing round and round with a 4-year-old and a baby. And I was struggling. I was struggling to keep up with my own fitness. My son was sick a lot. He had a lot of vomiting and GI issues, and we did a lot of different specialist appointments and surgeries. And if you have ever been through that, you just end up spending countless hours in waiting rooms, which is not fun with a baby. And it took away my time. And I would kind of joke, like, that's my part-time job, is waiting in specialist offices with a baby and stressing out and just not getting answers. And it was really frustrating. And I wasn't sleeping well. He did not sleep. He still doesn't sleep that well. And my husband wasn't home. And so I was giving to everybody around me, because I'm a giver and I'm a social worker and I'm a fixer, and that's like what I do. And I didn't even know it at the time that I was lacking in so much that I needed. And so a best friend of mine from high school said to me, "You have to see Kelly on social media. Go look her up on Instagram." And I did. And I was blown away. And I remember watching her for probably 3 months on Instagram and not engaging with her, but seeing her and just kind of thinking, oh my gosh, this girl is getting amazing results. She's doing it in her house. I'm struggling to get to and from the gym. And she has 2 little babies. Like, maybe this is kind of cool. And I just sent her a DM that said, "I love what you do." That's it. And she invited me. And I was scared to join, but my husband said, "Go for it. Please do it." So I bought the DVD set and I closed all my blinds and I pressed play. And everything changed in 21 days. I finally found something that I could do for me that nobody could take away from me. Nobody. Didn't matter if my husband got called in for an extra shift. Didn't matter if my son was sick again and I couldn't go to kids club. Did not matter. I had this one thing for me. And not only that, I had this community. I finally had women who valued taking care of themselves. It used to be me and the mommy friends and me being like, "Sorry, I can't go to this play date because I kind of want to go to the gym." And it was like, pick or choose. And now I didn't have to pick or choose. I had more time, I had more freedom, and I felt better, and I was eating better. And my son has a gluten allergy, which we came to find out in those last few years. And Beachbody gives me so many helpful tools and resources. So I really feel like I was put in this position, like Jessica said, to use social media as a positive vehicle, not just for sharing my journey, but for connecting with community and inspiring others, but also being inspired. Because during the hardest days, this community of women have made me show up and showed me that you don't give up on yourself. And that's what coaching does. It makes you be accountable. It makes you step up when you maybe wouldn't have before. And it's also given me a reach with people that have helped me as my son's health journey has evolved, and have given me tips, given me doctor appointments, helped me on hard days. And honestly, in the last few months with COVID, with a lot of anti-police sentiment out there, I have had an overwhelming support from this community that, again, when I thought I was doing okay, this year hit me and the last few months hit me. And I promise you, if I didn't have this community, I think I would have been like a shell of myself. And this community kept me going and like kept me happy and kept me alive, because I had a reason to keep showing up. I had people who were counting on me, and I needed them more than they probably need me. So when you look at all this and you think of what coaching could do for you, I think it's important that you hear from us and you know that it's not just about selling challenge packs or telling people to lose weight. It's about giving people an into this community. And it doesn't matter what kind of coach you want to be, whether it's, for fun, for community, for accountability, or to grow an incredible business. You're going to get more out of it than you could probably imagine until you do it. And the other cool thing about the business is that while you're working on yourself, while you're helping others do better for themselves, the company rewards you for your hard work, unlike most jobs out there. I also work in a hospital, and I'll just say that I got my 10-year mark a few months ago, and all I got was an email. Congratulations, like that's it. But Beachbody, if you work hard and you help other people with their fitness journey, you can actually earn things like prizes. And the best thing of all is a Success Club trip. So you might have seen us sharing some photos, but it's usually once a year, and you get to earn an all-inclusive paid-for trip that you accrue throughout the year with your sales. And I've been able to take my husband on 2 incredible trips that we would never have done. Like, forget it. No way would I take time off and do it. But I've earned it, and it's one of the best things in the company that when you show up and you work hard, you can earn these incentives. So that's another part of community that I would never have taken my husband on a cruise to the Bahamas, but we did it last year. The year before was the Riviera Maya at Cancun. And next year, over my birthday, it's going to be Cancun again. And so it's brought a piece of me back that I put away for a while, because when you give to others, you realize that things have to kind of take a back seat. And so coaching has allowed me to remember the importance of me while helping others and helping serve my family. So know that when you join this, you have opportunities to travel again, to come to coach trainings. We have, even this year, for anybody who is here and does well, we have a coach training in November. It's our Diamond Retreat. It's hopefully going to be in Florida, if we can swing it, or we'll just rearrange. But there's always room to learn and grow and dive into the community. And it doesn't matter where you begin, because you can evolve. I'm the person who said, I'll never coach, and I'm here with a discount. And guess what? I'm here for all the things, and I'm all in, and I'm bringing home an income that I never imagined, because I love it, because it doesn't feel like work to me, and because the women here make me do better and have taught me so much. So there's more value than you can imagine, but you'll only experience that if you're not afraid to try. So I hope that helps you guys understand a little more about what you get from our community. It has meant the world to me. And I'm going to throw it over to Nicole.
Awesome job, Kim. Thanks. So I am super excited to share with you guys tonight. I'm Nicole. I'm a mom of 3. I have a 4-year-old daughter, and then I have 2-year-old twins. I've been coaching about 4 years, and my story is a little bit different because, or I guess a lot different. So when I first got into coaching 4 years ago, I was already sharing my fitness online. I had found our programs in 2011, and I had done the program P90X. I saw actually didn't see the infomercial, but a friend did it, and I saw her incredible results. I went all in, and I was that girl who struggled with her weight her whole life, yo-yo dieting, then binge drinking, and I had really low self-esteem. I was always trying the fad diet, and when I went all in with P90X, it literally changed my life, and I had a lot of belief in that. It turned me into actually a marathon runner. And I went on to run like 7 marathons, and I've done an Ironman, an endurance athlete. And all this time, I started sharing that through social media. I enjoyed the community. I'm a social person. I just liked sharing that. And I found that I was making friends along the way, virtual friends who loved running as much as me, who loved triathlon at the time and were going through that experience. And I just organically did that. I never researched how to grow my following or anything like that. I just shared the journey, and I had a very small following when I decided to be a coach. And I had also I love writing, so I was blogging about my experience as a runner and back in the day with P90X along the way. So when I decided to coach, for me, my biggest fear was actually what all those existing followers would think of me, because although I was promoting products that they would reach out to me and want me to promote a product or a race. I genuinely was excited to run a race, and I would get a code, and I would share that discount code with people and ask people to join me and get everyone together and do it. And I never felt weird about that. But for some reason, once I became a coach and I was sharing our fitness programs with other people, that made me have fear over people being afraid or people thinking that I was trying to sell them something, or that I was trying to convince them to do something they didn't want to do, or that I was just being salesy. I think that's a fear that a lot of us have, right? Is that worry of what other people are going to think, or, feeling like you're going to pressure anyone to do something that they don't want to do. And what I ended up finding out was when I announced that I was a coach, people were super supportive, and they were like, we see that you love fitness. Like, this makes sense. Like, we're in, right? And so some people that I totally thought would join me didn't, at first at least. Eventually they came around when it was the right time for them. And then there was people that I was just shocked that came around and were like, yes, I want to do this. I've seen what it's done for you. I'm in. And those little wins in the beginning really helped me build that confidence. And I started sharing. When I decided to coach, I had just had my daughter. I'd taken an extended maternity leave. So I just wanted a little bit of extra income, and I loved the products. I knew that I could use accountability groups and help some other people. But I went back to work at full time in my accounting job, and I was in corporate finance. So I was commuting both ways. I was pumping, I was dropping my daughter off at daycare. And my husband always says that was the worst time of our life, was that commute, the slog, the drop-offs, the fact that I would get called from daycare and they would tell me my daughter was sick. And then I would feel guilty leaving my job, and I'd like bring my computer with me and be like, I'm going to work tonight even though I didn't love what I was doing. I didn't want to work tonight, but I felt guilty because, I was leaving early, and I was just always pulled in a lot of directions, but my heart was pulling me towards Beachbody and towards coaching. I would like listen to our training calls on my commute, and I just found myself just really being drawn to it. I'm type 3 Enneagram, like an achiever. And I love the fact that we have these rewards that Kim mentioned, and like you'll hear about it later, but like Success Club, and that's how you earn the free trip and all of that. And I just loved that part of it. And I loved helping people. I loved checking into my group, seeing that everyone was so excited. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And I like, with time, I was like, this, being the working mom that I always imagined myself to be. And that just wasn't where my heart was anymore. So we did make the decision for me to leave that job and to stay home. And at the time I wasn't making a full-time income with Beachbody. So we did it was a big financial stress on us for me to leave, but that was where my heart was pulling me. And I was like, I want to do this. But I didn't fully go all in with the business at that time. And it wasn't until I was 7 months pregnant with twins, which were a surprise. Not that the pregnancy wasn't a surprise, but the twin part was a surprise. So we were not expecting to have 2 more kids. That was not in the budget. And then when I was 7 months pregnant, my husband got laid off. And I remember him telling me in the backyard, I can even think of it right now. And I just was like panicked, like, what are we going to do? Like, this is not going to work. Like, I'm 7 months pregnant. I know I could go back to work, but like, what will I do? And no one's going to hire me. And I don't want to go back, right? I don't want to. At this point, I was that kid that I was from a single mom, and I was the latchkey kid who came home every day after school. And that's when I started struggling with my weight, was when I would go home and snack. And I was like, I want to be here for my kids when they get home from school, but I love doing something. And I loved doing Beachbody. I loved that I could work on my time, when I wanted to. And I decided, I was like, I'm 7 months pregnant with twins. This is crazy, but like, I'm going to go all in. I saw that Kelly was making a full-time income, that Shannon was making a full-time income. I was like, why can't I? Why can't I do it? And I had the babies. I remember I got one of my highest paychecks in the hospital, which was crazy. Not that I was working, but I was like, that's the way that our business works, is that it's great because you can earn an income off of sale, work that you've put in prior while you're not actually working. Unlike when you're at a job, although I guess you get vacation. But I had the twins, and that year after I had them was one of the hardest years it was the hardest year of my life. It was lonely at times because I now had newborn twins, and I had a 2-year-old. It was extremely hard to go on play dates and to coordinate. And I remember my friends all going to the beach and being like, I really can't meet up with you because it's just too hard for me to go to the beach with friggin' twins and a toddler. And what I had though was the Beachbody community. I had my challenge groups, I had the virtual community, and I had, some of us are local here in San Diego, and I was making becoming so close with these women. Like Kelly and I were strangers before this, and she happens to live a half a mile away from me. So being there with her and going through that, and she had her son at the same time as me, it was just made that year so much better. And by having that community, by leaning in, my business has exploded. I've created this team of incredible women who are like-minded to me, of runners, of moms, some of my closest friends now, and I am making the full-time income, on track to exceed that my corporate finance 6-figure job. And to me, it's surreal that this is something I'm doing. I was that girl in the spreadsheet for 8 hours a day. Like, I just can't even believe that my job is to be like talking to you even right now. That's not who I was before. It's like the journey from who I was 4 years ago to today is, some of you maybe have followed it, but it's been a journey. So I don't want you to compare yourself to who you are speaking today, or even any of us that are speaking today, because that's not where we started. It's been an evolution. And that's the crazy part about this business, is that it does that for you. It makes you a better person. It makes you a more confident person. And you learn along the way. So now to my topic, which is the business model, because I'm the accountant, so I'm going to be here for the numbers. And you'll find that out if you join the team. You can always ask me how it all works. So the way that our business model works is you partner with Beachbody. So Beachbody is the one who creates the content and all of that, and Beachbody pays you for basically enrolling people into challenge packs, which is like a subscription to Beachbody on Demand, to our supplements, and then getting them into our accountability group. So you earn a commission there. As you grow a team, you're also going to earn a percentage of what they earn. And the commissions, for example, are 25 to 40%. So if someone enrolls with a Beachbody on Demand subscription for a year, you'd earn $40. If they enroll with a challenge pack, you might earn $55. It all depends on what it is. Those team cycle bonuses the team cycle bonuses from building a team are the part that really grow and that allow you to get that full-time income with time. There's also quarterly bonuses that start at about $700 to $800 and go up to even $40,000 a quarter, which is crazy. Those are all bonuses that are available to you as you become a leader and grow. But the beauty of the business is it is what you want. So if you want to come in, you want to keep yourself accountable, you want a community, you can do that with coaching. You want to come in, you want to grow financial freedom and financial and independence and time freedom, which is for me more important than financial freedom, time freedom, to be able to do what I want, travel when I want, be with my kids when I want, not have to be called out of work. That is also possible with this, if you put in the time and the work and you are consistent and you do not give up. It's not like it's something that happens overnight. It is something that is possible. So the beauty is, unlike your corporate job where you get like that crappy 2% raise and you're like, what the heck, right? No matter how hard you work, or maybe you got the 5% raise and you're stoked, you can earn more than that. It tends to grow. Of course, that depends on the time that you put in and whether or not you're consistent, which we talked about. So in terms of the investment for you, it's really, there's no risk because you're paying a $15 a month fee. You can cancel at any time. Beachbody takes care of all order processing. You don't have to hold inventory, and you are not putting your family at risk. And I know that can be a worry. You're like, what am I getting myself into? This is not some kind of crazy like pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and that is not what we are. So please just know that when you do this, it's what you want to make out of it, and it's incredibly awesome. And I encourage you, if you decide to go in with us, the most important thing, I'm going to call out Sheila, who just signed up a couple of weeks ago. She's had a ton of success on my team, and everyone's like, what is she doing? And I'm like, it's belief, like believing and going all in. Like the worst thing you can do is just like dip your toe in and be like, what's going to happen if I just do one post and that's it? People want to see that you believe in something. When they see that you genuinely love something, that you believe in it, and that you're all in, that's where the magic happens. So we will help you with that belief, because I know I didn't have it in the beginning. And like I mentioned how I went all in, that was the belief side coming in. So we'll help you with that too. And like falling in love with the programs is the number one thing. That's about it. So Shannon, your turn.
Thanks, Nicole. So for those who don't know me, my name is Shannon Leach. I am from Everett, Washington, which is a bit north of Seattle. I am a wife. I am a nurse practitioner, but actually just recently left my job to be home with my kids and to do this. I am a mom of 5, and my oldest is 5.5. So my second oldest will turn 4 on Friday, and then we have a 2.5-year-old. And I also am a twin mom. I have 8-month-old twins. I've been coaching for over 5 years now. And my story really goes back to all of my kids are the product of fertility treatments. And so we have done a total of 3 IVF cycles. And my very first cycle was pre-Beachbody. And it truly was one of the loneliest, darkest times of my life. Because for so many of us here, we are moms, and that is just, you think like it's going to be easy and it comes naturally, and people get pregnant by mistake, and it's, they don't intend to, and it's just this vision that you have. And I very quickly learned that the only way I would get pregnant was through fertility treatments. I didn't really know anybody that had struggled with infertility, and so it felt very alone. I didn't have support or community. It was financially draining. Most insurance companies don't pay for it. They pay for just the fee to have your initial consult. And it was exhausting. It's mentally just a total game of, are we going to even get embryos? How many eggs do you get? Am I ever going to become a mom? And then physically, it's draining. Also, you're getting shots almost every day. Sometimes for me, it was up to 2 weeks at a time. And so that was pre-Beachbody. Our very first IVF cycle failed. We had 3 embryos. We transferred 2. And I remember sitting on the couch getting the phone call, and the doctor said, "Shannon, I'm so sorry it didn't work." And I remember thinking that I would never become a mom, and my whole world was crashing down on me. Thankfully, we had 1 embryo left, and that is my daughter that will be 6 in December, Brooklyn. And I was nearing the end of my pregnancy, and I had played college soccer. I am a marathoner. I'm a triathlete. And I knew that my life was going to change as a mom. And so I got plugged into a program, and I fell in love. I felt like everybody else. I fell in love with the results, mostly the community of people and other moms just like me. And I too heard the story of my upline coach leaving her job as a lawyer, and realized that there was potential with this to do something that I loved while earning an income. As a nurse practitioner, I'm really passionate about helping people with their health. As a former college athlete, I absolutely love fitness. It's always been a part of my life. And so I said to my husband, if nothing else, maybe I'll put a little bit aside for our future IVF treatments. Going into this, though, I had told my coach, like, I'm going to do this for the discount. I am a total penny pincher. I will never coach anybody. Where's the fine print? How do I get out of this? So I came into it solely for myself and for my postpartum journey, and to work on my own journey. But I saw the potential to just share it with other people, and I loved it so much that was easy to do. I went all in, and I started inviting people to join me, started growing my team. And by the end of that first year, we were ready to do our second IVF cycle because we wanted to grow our family. And I looked at my income from my Beachbody business and realized that I had made almost exactly what we needed for our second IVF cycle. And it was that day that I thought, this is truly something big. This is an opportunity. It is not a side gig. It wasn't just a job or a hobby, but just this legitimate chance to provide me more freedom in my life. And to say that it has changed my life is a complete understatement, because it has helped me become a better wife, a better human, a better friend, and it has helped me grow my family to what it is today. Saying that, I will say the income disclaimer. What you make is the work that you put in, but the potential is there. And sometimes it's hard to talk about income and money, but to just know that the potential to have a full-time income and work at home with babies on your lap is possible. And so that's why we like to share that with you. It was truly the most positive outlet for me as I went back through IVF cycles and had this team and community and support. And then again, when I had twins and I was connecting because of social media with other twin moms and my team that was, keeping me afloat, and team calls were honestly a break from the craziness of five and under in our household. And just being able to connect and mentor new moms to have more freedom is just one of the best gifts of this business. And then now with COVID, again, this incredibly positive, inspiring community when things can feel really, really hard at times. I always know that I have a second family to turn to. A big thing for me was time freedom. I started out as a nurse. I had to work night shifts and weekends and holidays. And so I became a nurse practitioner because I didn't want to do that. But once I became a mom, I also didn't want to work 40-hour weeks. I knew that I wanted to be a working mom. I wanted something for me. And I love my job as a nurse practitioner, but I love being a mom more than anything in the world. And now I get to do all of those things. I am a working mom, but I'm at home. I'm able to use my nursing background to continue to help people on the health and nutrition side of it, but then also get to just help people be the healthiest, happiest versions of themselves. And I get to do it on my terms, control my schedule, my vacations, and my day, which is often entirely crazy. You probably hear screaming in the background. I've been able to build a full-time income, and in previous years I've actually matched my nurse practitioner salary, and I'm on track to surpass that this year. But saying that, just know a lot of people think I am so busy, I don't know that I have time to do this. And I was working nearly full time until now. And so what we do as coaches is we help you figure out how to squeeze it into the cracks of your day. And everyone on this team is busy, and they work when they want and when it works for them. And we teach you how to just do just that. And we have really simple systems in place to help you be successful from the very start. So saying that it is not easy, everyone you see is incredibly hardworking. They're amazing and dedicated and so inspiring. But we have created tools for you guys to just make it simple so that there's small daily activities that when you do them consistently over time, you can grow an incredibly thriving business that is just so much fun and life-changing. You don't have to be the expert. I'm still constantly learning. We have so many tools from Beachbody, from what we have created as leaders on the team. You use tools that we provide you. And we will help mentor you new people when they're first getting started, because we were coaches, brand new coaches at once too, thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing. How do I coach these people? And that's what your mentor will do for you. We have a new coach checklist, again, that just breaks it down step by step. What do you do in your first 3 days? And keeping it simple. And most of all, it's just sharing your journey and inviting others to join you. One of the biggest questions is, how do I get started? So your number one focus as a coach is your own journey. And so if you're brand new to Beachbody, you choose a program, you use the programs and products and just invite other people to join you. So one of the first goals as a new coach is just to help 3 people get started with you, and that'll pay for your enrollment pack. So I always like to just say, think about 3 people. Are there 3 people in your life that you think would love doing this, that you would love to just partner up with you, be more accountable, be in a group with you? And that's what coaching has helped me stay so much more accountable. But that's where you begin, is just with family and friends. And then we help you learn how to share that with them and do it authentically and genuinely. As a coach, you get a discount on all the products, which is amazing. You get plugged into a challenge group that you will co-lead together. And you'll be in our team page, our community, and then you'll begin your journey in one-on-one mentorship with your personally sponsored coach. We just had a brand new program that launched that I can't tell you I am absolutely in love with. It is amazing and awesome. It's launching to customers on Monday. It's been exclusive to coaches up until this point, and it's an opportunity for you to be a part of that with our team. Everyone's going to start it over day 1 again in just 2 weeks. And it gives you an opportunity to fall in love with the programs and products, get your own results, and then share your experience with others and bring them in to do it with you. When you enroll with a challenge pack, which is a year of the Beachbody on Demand, the program materials, Shakeology, and or our pre and post workout, your coaching enrollment fee is waived. And honestly, this month, the deals are the best I've ever seen in my 5 years of coaching. It also includes our 2 incredible nutrition programs, and then this cordless jump rope, which is really fun. so that's kind of how you get started. And I just have to say thank you for being here. If you want to be a part of an amazing community, an incredible team, and you just have a willingness and desire to put in the effort, you're coachable, and you want to help others, we would love to bring you into this team and mentor you. And all you need to do is just reach out to the person that invited you here. And I want to open it up for any questions. So if you have questions at all, feel free to unmute yourself. And again, we know your time is precious right now. And so thank you. Thank you for being here.
All right.
I'm going to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
If you want, like, how do you go about the social media aspect of it if you don't want to put your family out there?
So one thing is that you are the main subject anyways. So I think sometimes we get caught up in seeing some coaches that share little bits of their life and their family. And yes, that's a part of people getting to know who you are. So, but everyone has a different way. There are plenty of very successful coaches that have been in the network who don't ever show their husband, that rarely show their son and or kids. And that's because their kids and husband don't feel comfortable being on social media. And maybe it could be for privacy reasons too. But I think the biggest thing is you can talk about it. You can say how you're a mom, a wife, and the ages of your kids if you feel comfortable with that. But I mean, people follow you for who you are and the value that you bring. So as long as you feel confident and comfortable sharing you and maybe healthy meals and your lifestyle, that is what people love to see. So, you know, there's no right or wrong way to be a coach. I don't think that's the beauty of it. Like after listening to all of us, I mean, yes, we all have similarities because we've all attracted similar people, which you'll find. But at the same time, if it's something that you're not comfortable with sharing your kids, it doesn't mean, you know, you have to. That's not part of like the title of what a coach is or anything.
Okay, thanks. And I'm a twin mom too. I have 8-year-old twins.
Awesome.
I have a question. A lot of my network is very international, and how is Beachbody available internationally, or would it be available for coaches internationally? Because
where? Do you know where?
Kelly, UK, right?
Well,
or everywhere?
Could be everywhere. As far as it could go. Or in different languages at all, if that's just to know what the options are for that.
Sure. So right now we're in Canada, the UK. We recently launched to France, and then Puerto Rico. Am I missing anything? Those ones. So, and they have, like, they want to just keep expanding, and I'm sure that there's another country in the works that we'll find out about, you know, in the next few months, but that's where we're at now.
Okay, great. So if somebody wanted to join online, they couldn't do it from Mexico right now?
Correct.
Okay.
Unless they're a military. So anybody that's military with an APO, then they can. But it's based on their address that they put in, and then the credit card. And so they wouldn't be able to do it if they're outside of those countries.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And to just kind of go off of that, I think that's what I love about this is I remember a lot of my friends were like, you should be a personal trainer. I used to do daily method a lot, which is like bar method, if you've heard of that. And I remember thinking, gosh, I would love to do that. But when that's taking for one class, that's a whole 60 minutes, right? That's 60 minutes out of my day, not even considering the commute. And I looked at Beachbody as in the sense of I can help not just local friends and family, but because that's what you're going to be doing in the beginning is your warm market, most likely. But then over time, it becomes people that you've connected with on social media that have similarities to you. So that's what I love is that, you know, I have a couple girls who are on here right now. One is Kansas, one's in Maine. And that's incredible to think that I've been able, and we all have been able to help people, not just where we live, but with in, you know, the United States or Canada or the UK, France. And I can't say that I've gotten anyone in the UK, because majority of people that I connect with on Instagram tends to be in the US and also Canada. But that's one thing that I love, is that I sell a challenge pack, right, to someone. I don't even look at that as selling. I just, oh, you want to do what I do? This is what you got to buy. That is more than what I would be making in one sale than if I was spending an hour and a half out of my day for teaching one fitness class. So to me, it's pretty incredible, the power of what we're able to do if we decide to simply just share what we love and, you know, share our lifestyle and invite. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on. We appreciate it. This will be recorded, and you can always have your coach send it to you if you want to listen to it again. Thanks for being on. Bye.